Hi everyone, Mon here. Welcome to the channel Intuitive Soul Savant. Lovely to be back here again on Saturn's Day, the 21st of February. And something very big happened this morning here in Sydney time this morning. Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees 44 minutes in Aries, okay? And this hasn't happened in Aries where Saturn has conjunct Neptune for 5,000 years BCE. I can give you the exact number. I thought I had that here. One of Steve Judd's students went way, way, way back, and that's the last time that Saturn and Neptune joined together conjunct in Aries. So all the astrologers, we've been talking about this for a long time because it is a new cycle that has started today. The last Saturn-Neptune conjunction was 36 years ago, okay? But we're talking in Aries, and that 0 degrees is creation point in Aries and the start of the astrological calendar. So it is big news. Neptune is a slower moving planet. So Saturn and Neptune will be hanging out together, and then Saturn will, I wouldn't say speed off. Saturn is in Aries for 2.5 years. And so Saturn will get a move along, moves faster than Neptune, and will continue its journey. But for the moment, Saturn and Neptune are holding hands together on the creation point, 0 degrees, 44 minutes in Aries. So for all the Capricorns out there and Aquarius that are ruled by Saturn, you would be feeling this energetically. Dreamy, good sleeps, dreams while sleeping, calm, passive, floating along, not so aggressive, but we know that Aries is ruled by Mars, and in its lower vibrational form, it can be aggressive. Otherwise, it's action, pioneering energy, getting out there and having a go. Saturn is the manifestation of materialism, material, and Neptune is the disillusionment of material, okay? So what this is good for on that creation point is to manifest something ethereally spiritual into form, okay? And those who have Saturn in Pisces at birth would understand this a great deal, okay? And it takes time for Saturn to mature. So people with Saturn in Pisces are around 60 years of age. They've had lots of decades of inner work, and especially because they've been born in the mid-60s with the conjunction of the Pluto-Uranus. And just a note out to you guys, mid-60s, we are coming up to Uranus trine Pluto, Pluto trine Uranus. This is big news, and I'm going to make a video all for the mid-60s. So keep your eye out for that, because that mid-60s Geno, they're here to do a lot of clearing, ancestral clearing and healing. And a lot of them would be on their last lives, okay, down here on Earth. So just a note, I'm not simulated. I'm a real person, okay? I'm not artificial. So keep an eye on what you're watching out there. I'm pretty detached from everything out there. Something sort of grabbed me in the last week on a channel where somebody, tarot reader, a little bit of astrology knowledge is dangerous, I think. And, you know, after 40 years, I'm still so passionate. And when I hear people online telling their viewers that planets that are in Pisces are in Scorpio and Mars is in Capricorn when it's really in, oh, dear, you know, it's at the end of Aquarius. So be careful who you're listening to, seriously. You know, I only take astrological knowledge from the 70-year-olds, 80-year-old astrologers out there. You know, these AI isn't even correct with astrology. And that's something AI will never be able to do, is an astrological reading, because you need the sense of intuition, okay? Not artificial intelligence, intuitive intelligence is what's needed to do a consultation, an astrological consultation. So everybody, at 3:45 a.m. this morning, Sydney time, Saturn conjunct Neptune. Now, you know, the orb is right through till the 3rd of March, but, you know, these are big times at the moment. So we know that that this is ongoing, all right, and it's a cycle. So we're going to keep our eyes on that, and this will definitely affect you in your life, your family's lives, everybody, the collective, because we have Pluto in Aquarius, and Pluto will be sextiling this Neptune. Okay, so that's good energy for the collective to evolve and grow. But in saying that, it won't be a push comes to shove energy like a square, right? Or an opposition. Okay, so I'm hoping that with the good energies that the collective can grow and evolve into the higher frequencies of what humanity has access to and what Mother Earth is. All right. So the sun is in Pisces. Happy birthday to all the Pisces. The moon today is just at the end of Aries, finishing its time in Aries. Mercury is in Pisces. Venus is in Pisces. Mars is sort of dragging along at the back, still in Aquarius. And Mars will square Uranus. Not this week, though. Okay. Jupiter is still retrograde in Cancer. I'll let you know when that station's direct. Saturn, as we've spoken about, is in Aries. Uranus is over 27.5 degrees now in Taurus. Okay, so it's only got 2.5 degrees, and then it'll move into Gemini. And wow, is that going to be a big change in energies? There's no doubt about that. Neptune is 47 minutes in Aries, 0 degrees, 47. And Pluto is 4 degrees, 19 minutes in Aquarius. Chiron in Aries, nearly 24 degrees in Aries. And the nodes, the North Node is still in Pisces and the South Node is in Virgo, 8 degrees, 58 minutes. So it moved out of retrograde. So all you Pisces, Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising, you're up to bat. Okay, the stellium is there. And the other signs, obviously, Virgo, you're going to have an opposition of all these personal planets. Gemini and Sagittarius, you will be squared by the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and eventually Mars. And the other big news this week is that Mercury stations retrograde in Pisces. Okay, so this is a lot of energy in Pisces, and we have the nodes there, North Node in Pisces. So, you know, my prediction is that those of you with stelliums or personal planets in Pisces, Virgo, Sag, and Gemini, you're under the pump. Okay, you're up, the light's shining all over you guys. Okay, so this is an opportunity to make some changes in your life, because squares and oppositions are always a good energy for change. Okay, because it can be difficult. Right, it's pressurizing, and there's pressure forms to be able to change. Okay. So that's today. There's no aspects. Sydney time tomorrow, Sunday. Monday, we have Mars sextiling Chiron. So Mars from Uranus at 23 degrees, 46 minutes will be sextiling Chiron. Chiron's been in Aries for a while. And the healing, that's the wounded healer planet, and the healing energy is all there to support our individuality, the self, Aries. Okay, so it's interesting that how it all works. It's so interesting how all the planets come together to support change. So the Mars and Chiron orb or energetic orb is 21st of February, which is today, through till the 24th. You get about 3 days of that energy of Mars sextiling Chiron, Mars in Aquarius, the individuality, right? And healing that individuality that we all have that gets squashed by obligations to other people's opinions, all right, or desires for you. Now, we have a lovely, lovely planetary configuration Monday, Sydney time. That would be Sunday in the Northern Hemisphere, okay? And that is Venus trining Jupiter. Venus is in Pisces, and it will trine Jupiter in Cancer, but it's still retrograde, and that's mid Cancer, so it's 15.5 degrees, all right? Mid Pisces, mid Cancer. So if your personal planets are around that 15 degrees, you know, this is a beautiful energy. Don't overeat, don't overdrink, okay? It's a positive feeling energy, okay? Venus loves being in Pisces. It's exalted in Pisces, Venus is, and you know, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So you know, this is a beautiful, beautiful energy for relationships, for the expansion of friendships, relationships, and also that peace and serenity from the Venus in Pisces, peace and serenity with the trine, and emotional stability, no emotional angst, you know. So this is a lovely time for us all. On Monday here in Australia, Sydney time, and Northern Hemisphere would be Sunday for you guys, okay? So feel into that. Don't go mad gambling or what have you, or be overly positive financially, all right? Keep grounded, keep balanced, and don't overdo it. Food-wise, all the good things that we like in life, don't overdo it, okay? Enjoy the expansion of the moment, but don't push it to the nth degree. So there's nothing Tuesday here in Sydney time, nothing Wednesday here in Sydney time as far as aspects go. Thursday at 2:42 Sydney time PM in the afternoon, the sun squares Lilith. So the sun in Pisces squaring Lilith in Sagittarius, if you follow Lilith. And, you know, that's an important, you know, Lilith in Sagittarius, that's that very independent, fiery woman, all right? And the sun squaring, you may come up against authority figures that want to quash that, that fiery feminine aspect, the individuated feminine with Lilith, all right? And that's at 7 degrees 33 minutes. All right. So again, Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo. All right. That's a square to your natal personal planets, or a stellium if you have stelliums in those mutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini. On the same day, Thursday, which is the 26th of February, Sydney time, Mercury stations retrograde, and that's late afternoon Sydney time here, so that could be very early in Thursday morning after midnight for you guys. or it still could be in the Wednesday late evening for you. Mercury will station retrograde at 22 degrees and 34 minutes of Pisces, okay? And it will retrograde all the way back to 8 degrees and 29 minutes of Pisces. So it's not crossing over into any other signs. This retrograde Mercury is staying in Pisces, and then you've got that other stellium of the Venus and the Mars and the Sun, right? So all of the planets at the moment are just taking up a quarter of a chart, all right, which is very interesting. So, you know, 1/4 of all of our charts is being heavily energized, right? So those who will be affected by the Mercury retrograde are, of course, Pisces, Virgo, Sag, Gemini, personal planets, or stelliums, okay? And, you know, that ethereal, and like Mercury, you know, ruling Virgo and Gemini, you know, this could be a real doozy, this Mercury retrograde, as far as communication, information goes, okay? So you really will need to double check, right? So you do clearly confirm and hear what is being communicated to you. Just double check, okay? So that's something for this Mercury retrograde. Double check, and it'll save yourself a whole lot of time, all right? So that is this week, Thursday or late Wednesday evening, Northern Hemisphere. And that retrograde will finish on the 21st of March, all right? So from the 26th of February to the 21st of March, check, double check, and, you know, keep in mind and notice. It's good to notice Mercury retrograde snafus, okay? It's really good to notice these things, and how you're affected. I have a light that goes on in my car every Mercury retrograde. You know, it's been going on for years. Initially, I took it down to the mechanic and he couldn't find anything. And I knew, but I still took it to the mechanic. And now the light goes on and I just let the light go on. But it always happens around a Mercury retrograde. Very interesting, huh? So that's 22.5 degrees. Mercury stations retrograde, and then we'll station forward at 8 degrees. Okay, so that's important. For me personally, Mercury's going to station retrograde, squaring my natal Jupiter in Gemini, and then Mercury will station retrograde, this is squaring my natal moon in Sag. And we are talking tropical astrology here. Okay, so isn't that interesting in my one chart? You know, I've only got the Jupiter and the Gemini and the moon in the Sag, and the nodes in those two signs as well, right? So I'll be interested in this Mercury retrograde, especially in the stations, all right? Yeah, so Friday, the Sun conjuncts those moon's nodes at 8 degrees and 59 minutes, just under 9 degrees, all right? So that'll be Friday through to Sunday. You'll have that energy of the Sun conjuncting the nodes. So the Sun conjuncting the North Node in Pisces, great day to recommit to your spiritual practices, all right, and recommit to the things that have changed. The South Node in Virgo, that Sun is going to be opposing the South Node in Virgo. So if you've got your natal Sun around 8 degrees, 9 degrees, 10 degrees, you know, a couple of degrees either side of the 9 degrees, you know, this energy is there for you to release that part of your chart where Virgo sits, okay? And then move towards the part of your chart where Pisces is. All right. Now, I did do the introduction video to my new channel, and the first episode will be on Wednesday. All right. So I will put in the description box the introduction video for the new channel, and it is called The Soul Savant. And it is for those who are old souls and entertain the thought that this is your last life or next to last life, near last life, okay? And so we're going to go really deep there. You will not enjoy it if you are not on a spiritual path, right? Okay. It just won't make sense to you at all. The first episode is called Who Do You Think You Are? Or I can rephrase that. Who do you think you are? Okay, so that is the name of the first episode of The Soul Savant, the new channel. Okay, and I'll have that in the description box. Once again, I ask if you can please comment. Okay, I've only been getting 40 viewers, 50 viewers watching my last videos each Saturday for the last month or so. No, they just don't get shown to anyone if people aren't reacting with the channel, or just, please just pop a love heart in a comment, and that's all YouTube needs to see that there's action. Is that the right word? Or there's, something with the channel, like like commenting and liking. If you're going to go to the new channel, please subscribe, okay, even though I will put each episode in the Saturday's video, okay. And I will be making more astrological videos. The first one will be predicting your rebirth. Okay, and that'll be especially important for Capricorns because Pluto is now in Aquarius, and the early Aquarians would be interested in that as well, or any Pluto transits that you've been having, and you're expecting a rebirth. Okay, so I've sort of been on this path now. I've already made rebirth videos, but now I could almost say that they're defunct because I've learned so much more about rebirth. Just from my own experience, okay? And that's the best learning in astrology is experience, okay? Once again, I remind you, be aware, be astrologically aware, and it will make you a much better student, that's for sure. And it'll show you the magic of life and the magic of astrology and numerology. All right, well, thank you very much. I think that's all I have. Mercury retrograding this week. Yep, now we have had the Saturn conjunct Neptune, and we just got to live it out now, okay? We won't know. We won't know which way the collective's going, but we're all part of it, and all really we need to do is take care and be accountable for our own selves and our own healing and our own changing. All right, so thank you, everybody. Please interact, that's the word. Please interact with my videos so we can get some more people that would appreciate the information out there, and the other subscribers that, I've got 1,000 subscribers. If only 40 are seeing the video, then, that's unusual. So please help with the interaction of the channel. I don't make any money off it, okay? It's not about that. But it's about my my path and my North Node in Gemini in the 10th house. Okay, so yes, I ask, please interact. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right, I cut myself off there. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.